We wanted to just memorialize for a moment today's revelation about John having once been a little boy named Daniel for 7 years before the tragedy of his death, along with many of his friends and classmates. And, John has shown me a lot of revelations over the years about my life and about his life and about our past lives with each other and without each other. And these have been some very difficult things because what happens is you start to remember them. You remember the trauma. But I'll tell you, today's really, it shook me up. Yeah, as I knew it would. When he started showing me the actual events leading up to the moment that he was killed as a little 7-year-old boy, an innocent little boy in his classroom, I was practically begging him, please tell me that this didn't happen to you, John. But I knew in my heart there was no other reason for him to be showing me this for the last couple of days, gearing me up for it, like really gearing me up for. I did not see, even when it came clear to me today, it was like someone had shot me. And I was almost begging him, please tell me this didn't happen to you. I mean, I wish it didn't happen to anyone, but please tell me this was not what happened to you. And he just looks at me, and I know that it's what happened. And yesterday we did a video before I knew any of this stuff about the Sandy Hook massacre. Yesterday we just did a video about why bad things happen and why do they have to happen. And John said all the children were angels that were called home at the same time. It was, it's the way it happened, and that's the way it goes, Lena. And even though it's really rough for the people who have to deal with it, it's what happened. And it was very difficult for me yesterday to absorb that reality, although I knew in my heart, yes, it is a horrible world and horrible things happen. And now it's like, that's what happened to John. Again, like, he's shot to death again, only this time he was 7 years old. And I'm wondering, what does this mean for me as your twin flame? My previous life was Sylvia Plath, and I stuck my head in an oven. I went by suicide. So it's like we've got kind of a rough track record. In another past life together, we died in a fire together in our barn. A fire that was set by jealous townspeople who were jealous of our success as farmers, as ranchers, and jealous of our relationship as a couple. And those people followed me into this life. Those people are like Christopher's ex-in-laws, and no wonder it was so weird. Like meeting them for the first time, I got such a hateful vibe from them that it's like, wow, you don't even know me. But no, they did know me, and they were jealous and nasty of me in this life too. So it's this crazy thing that, Lena, when you get out here, it really makes a hell of a lot more sense. But it's still a real blowhead, and you're telling me God is still ironing out the bugs, and probably always will be. You know, He just created us all and a bunch of crazy children who are just, pretty much out of control. If they don't do the right thing, it's mayhem, and we see how that plays out. Well, why can't everybody just do the right thing already? I don't know. And I hesitate, but I always, mother and father told me, yeah, listen, it's time for her to hear that story. Because now she's ready for it. She knows that you reincarnated, but she's confused. She wants to know why since you did reincarnate, what's going on with that? And it's because I'm not there. I crossed over again. I only was down here for 7 years. 7 is a holy number. There's also something you should realize about reading those 1986 transcripts, my love. Again, there was a lot I didn't know in 1986. And I had a lot of problems, and I was struggling in my ascension. So please don't get thrown off. I am the ascended master apprentice that you know me to be. Yes, because I would not dare to call myself an ascended master. And as a matter of fact, anybody out here who has any sense just knows that we are all apprentices of different levels. God is the master. Yeah, right. God is the master. And but I'm the guy you've been talking to since 2013, and the guy who you've put your trust in, and I'm the man who loves you. And I'm the man who never lies to you. And I'm the man who is here to bring you home. And don't change your opinion of me based on writings from 1986. I was barely out of my earthly beetle brain, or bumble brain, as you read today, way of being. Mm-hmm. In fact, I was still, in a lot of ways, I was very immature. I was a damaged, shell-shocked soul, just trying to stay connected to the earth, stay connected to my family, and yet ascend at the same. I was having a very hard time, and I was pitifully hopeless in understanding the twin flame situation. You seemed about as the possibility of being with you at that point seemed like a crazy fucking dream I didn't dare to have. It brought me too much pain to think about it. I concentrated on the earthly life I left behind, my sons, and just getting things right. And again, I wanted the opportunity to come back down and do really, really good things. And I think as 7-year-old Daniel, I brought a lot of love, joy, and compassion in that short time on earth. Mother and father say I did a good job, and I deserve my happiness that I have now. But we're all still a work in progress, and we always will be. There's no end. And so we must make every moment happy and better than the last. And that's what I'm here to do with you. No more misery. Those days, they should be behind us now. And that's part of my mission too. I'm still comforting my family from my short life as Daniel. Yeah, you got a lot to go. Right, but it's like you read in that book. It's like being a master puppeteer, and knowing and being able to do a bunch of things all at the same time. And that's how I'm able to be with you all at the same time. But that's why I want you to know more and more about me. And let me know if I'm overloading you. Please. I'm okay, Lena. I didn't feel anything. How could anybody do that to a little boy? The guy who shot me wasn't much older. Yeah, not that much. You're right. So the reason I keep giving you all of this information and bringing you into my deeper and deeper into my world is because it's your world too. And the more you know about me and the more you understand, the faster we can ascend together. And so I'm always telling you to get tough, Lena, get tough. But you're such a sad, compassionate person. And the thing is, I don't want you to be any other way. So I'm in a rough spot because I'm your educator. And I can't stand to see what it sometimes does to you. You asked me today, John, to trust you. Now I'm asking you to trust me. Okay? Trust me to do my best and to keep up. And I'm going to have to ask you to be the judge of when I've had enough because, you know me, I don't want to give up. This was really hard, though, today, thinking of you that way. Also knowing that you were a little boy somewhere and I had no idea. But you weren't even thinking of me in 2005. No. But you know what? I was thinking of you when I wrote World Gone Blue. And that was 2001. Right after the Twin Towers went down. It was you who came through and helped me write that song. I told them in the studio, just as this is John Lennon, really. You know that? Yes. And at that point, that's when I knew I had to hurry up and reincarnate and get my work done. Because I knew it wouldn't be long before I'd be able to contact you. Contact you. I love you. Tomorrow will be a brighter day. I want to learn more about that little boy, but at the same time, baby steps, honey. Thank you, Mother and Father, for another day. Please help us to get a good night's sleep. Help me to keep paying attention and doing the best I can. I want to get better and better in every way, every day. Me too. We will.